The whole Indian academic team and others are discussing about the recent NTA related exam paper leaks. Government has appointed a new committee on making the competitive examination sphere better by the upcoming exams. Okay, the committee has to submit report within 2 months, I think. So in this video, I'm discussing about the different problems related to the paper leakage. I still feel that most of the discussion are surrounding the paper leakage, how it happened, the investigative aspect and other things. Definitely, they are very important. But at the same time, I feel there are many other things that we have to discuss, or there are many other issues that are being faced by the students when an exam is being cancelled. It's not about the monetary or the time alone. It's many other reasons are there, or many other effects or impacts are there in the life of students. So let me tell you, I will discuss the key problems, okay, key problems or key effects, key impacts exam cancellation have in the life of a student. So the first impact is the mental impact or the mental stress that's created by that exam cancellation. Student will have, for the past few months or years, students would have prepared very well, very seriously for that exam. Okay, and one day after writing the exam, after ongoing through a lot of stress, anxiety, exam anxiety, and a lot of pressure, after attending the exam, within one day, they are knowing that the exam has been cancelled. It created trauma in them. It created a lot of stress in them. Many of the students have cried a lot after the exam cancellation. Many of the students are yet to overcome from that particular decision or that particular situation. So this is the first important issue, the mental stress, the mental difficulties that are accompanied with the exam cancellation. And secondly, this is very severe in the case of those who have performed better in the exam. The answer key, the unofficial answer key is available in different YouTube channels and other websites. So when many of the students, when they check, it seems that they will qualify JRF this time or they will qualify NET this time. They have a very good marks. So they were happy when seeing the professional answer key or the unofficial answer key. So within 1 or 2 hours, it's being declared the exam is cancelled. Okay, so what will be their situation? It's about shattering their dreams. They have dreamed for this one for the past years, many years. And one day they know that their dream is going to be fulfilled. And within the next hour, the authorities telling that the exam is cancelled. This is a competitive examination. You may say that they can qualify in the next exam. It's not sure. There are many factors, the 150 questions, whether they will be possible to prepare the same way for the next exam. It may not be possible for them to prepare the same way in the upcoming exams. That's a very important one. That's a very crucial thing you have to analyze. And the third important aspect, okay, third important issue being faced is related to the, I will say, life planning or the family planning of many of the candidates. So many of the candidates who appeared for this exam, they were staying somewhere outside, maybe in the Gulf countries or maybe in the UK, okay, wherever they are. They have came for this particular exam. After analyzing the date of the exam and the flight ticket, everything was planned as per that. They have to go back after 1 or 2 weeks. But it's sure the exam is not going to happen for next 1 or 2 years. Most probably, it will not be possible for them to write the exam again. The whole plan changed. I also know many of the students who have planned their family, their marriage, etc. in accordance with the NET date. Because when it comes to NTA NET exam, the aspirants, the candidates are different from that of other competitive examination, especially school level exams. Because many of the candidates who are writing this exam will be doing multi-roles. Many of them may be employees in certain company, or many of them may be teachers in certain schools. Many of them will be acting as a role of a parent, as a family key member. Okay, many of them will be studying something else as student. So along with these multiple roles, they are trying to perform better in an exam. They are also playing the role of an NTA NET aspirant. So they would have given more priority for this particular exam in the past few years by compromising the priority of other things, which will not be possible for them in future, okay, for many. That's what the fourth issue is also related to their relationship. Okay, many of them would have compromised many productive time with their babies, their children for preparing for this exam. They would have believed that I will compromise for 2 or 3 months and I will prepare very well so that I will qualify this time, so that I can have a good future and there will not be any further compromise on my babies, my children's productive time. But what happened? Everything in vain. Okay, compromise relationship time, you can't compromise on that. You can't revise it, and they have to repeat the same so as to qualify for the next exam. Then the fifth one, I think it's related to the job related aspect. As I already told, many of the candidates are having a lot of multiple roles. When it comes to job, it will be very difficult for them to take leave. Okay, NTA can extend the exam, but the employees or the school or college may not give extra leave. We all know the difficulty of getting a casual leave extra. There will not be any extra casual leave. Their casual leave will be completed. Many of them have already exhausted their casual leave because they believed that they will take all the leaves and they will qualify this time. They will qualify this time. So job related issues are there. Then we have the academic planning related issues. Many of the students have planned their job aspect related to this one. Many of them are working as a teachers, assistant professors, not net for on a contractual basis, not qualified net, and they would have promised the management or the college that I will qualify by June. I will qualify by June. Okay, I will qualify within 1 or 2 months. Is it okay? It will be okay, but the exam is not going to happen in June. So their academic plan will not work. And also similar to PhD aspirants also. Many of Indian universities provide very less amount as a PhD stipend other than the JRF. So it's compulsory for most of the students to get JRF so as to sustain during the PhD life. So they have already started the PhD. They have a lot of financial constraints, financial difficulties. Okay, financial difficulties. So what they have to do, they expected that they will qualify JRF this time and those difficulties will be over. But not, again in vain. Again in vain. The next issue is related to the PhD admission. Recently, NT has made an amendment that UGC has declared an amendment that what we can say, all in Indian universities, the PhD admission will be based on the mark in the NET exam. So what's going to happen? The NET exam has not conducted. Many of them are looking for June exam. The notification says the net mark of last 1 year. So many universities are looking for the June exam mark. So the PhD admission is also going to be in a serious confusion stage. Okay, it will not work for many. So many of the students who didn't write NET exam yet and who want to do a PhD admission now onwards, they want to write this time NET and they want to get a mark. But the exam is not happening. Exam is not working. So this is another important issue, I will say. Next important issue is the clash of exam dates with other PG exams, BEd exams, etc. Okay, so definitely they will conduct the exam again, NTA NET exam. But most probably, most of that exam is going to clash with the university exams. Definitely, I hope there will not be both the exam in a single day because university will change their exam, postpone their exam based on the NET exam. But the issue is that there may be exam the day before and there may be university exam the day after. And in between, the student can't prepare well. They have already prepared well and they have already wrote the exam. But it will not be the same in the future. It will not be the same in the future. That's very important. That's very important and that's very crucial. Okay, so it can't be reversed. It can't be similar to BEd exam. Many other university exam will be coming in the upcoming weeks, and the next exam is most probably going to be happening in between, which will have a lot of difficulties for the student. And the eighth, I think, the penultimate issue is regarding the student's fear of having the same traumatic experience again. As of now, writing an NTA NET exam is a traumatic experience. I will explain in detail in the upcoming videos. For example, I will just tell you in brief. You have to wait for an application many days before. We don't have any clarity when the application is going to start. During the application, many times they ask many new things. Lack of clarity, new Aadhaar declaration, this one, this way, that way. Okay, a lot of confusion for the students. Many times, website hang. Okay, website will not be working for many days. Exam application extension will be there. Once applied, the hall ticket will be released with prolonged extension just 2 or 3 days before. Once the hall ticket is released, most probably the center will be at long distance from the expected centers. Okay, and the school may be somewhere towards the interior of some particular area, and there will be issue related to the examination center, the facilities, the frisking, the examiners, lack of proper guidance, OMR writing. Okay, and after this exam, so it's a traumatic experience for most of the students. They fear that they have to experience the same thing again in the future. The same thing again in the future. For the next exam, for the postponed exam. Writing an exam is not a happy experience in India. It's a traumatic experience. All the things. It's not about you don't know the question answer and you are feeling fear about that. Its whole process is a traumatic experience, I will say. And the final issue, I will say, is a hopeless or the purposeless the student is feeling. Okay, the students have studied a lot with the hope that it will be possible for them to fulfill the dream. They will be better in the future. They can go as per their plan, but it's shattered. Okay, so they feel hopeless in the future exam because they are feeling that how can I write the next exam? Even if I write, what's the surety that there will not be any manipulation? Manipulation would have also happened in the past few years. Maybe that's the reason I didn't qualify in the past few years. Okay, so why should I study? And the very serious thing is that they lost confidence in the education system, which means they lost confidence in themselves. The student will be thinking, why should I study? If I study, there is no exam, a transparent exam where I can qualify. It's better I don't study, I don't waste my time. So it will ultimately have a lot of serious consequences in the life of the student. They lost the confidence in the system, they lost confidence in learning, they lost confidence in the education system, which also will have a lot of serious consequences throughout the country. So these are some of the serious problems. Okay, the reason why I am discussing all these serious problems in detail, I will be also discussing in more detail in the upcoming videos, is that throughout India, everybody is discussing about that, especially those who are related with academics and all the stakeholders. Government has appointed a new committee. So all these things has to be taken into consideration while taking necessary steps, reports, and making necessary change. So we are planning to release a detailed student manifesto mentioning all the problems, effects, and proposed solution for the issues faced by the students in the past few years. The link for the Google form for preparing that student manifesto is in the YouTube description of this particular link. Make sure you fill your form so that we can prepare a better student manifesto and we can submit to all the stakeholders so that we'll be having a better competitive examination in future, a transparent competitive examination in future. So we all will still have confidence in the education system. Thank you.